like I said, pay attention to how you look. I know that people always say that perfection is not real, and I know that it's true, but not in this day. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Michelle is my name. If it's your first time here, hi and welcome. So because a lot of the airlines are recruiting people again, I have received a few, well, not a few. I want to say it's a lot, because at this point for me to sit down and actually do this video, it's because I have received tons of DMs and questions of, where's the video where you said how your day went? Where's the video where you tell us how every step of the way is? So I kept referring people to videos, but then I realized later on that I actually haven't done a video where I took you guys step by step through what it was. So I'm gonna try and remember today, and I hope that this video is gonna be super short, because all I want to do is try and answer your questions. And I'm gonna try and remember what it was like and then tell you what the steps were like. Okay, so bear with me if I forget anything, and bear with me if I look like I'm spaced out sometimes, because I'm really trying to remember. It was about almost 7 years ago now. I want to say, okay, so 6.5, almost 7, thereabouts. So, and I'm a flight attendant, and I've been flying for years, so my memory is not the greatest. Okay, so anyway, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I remember about my, should I call it assessment day? Yes, because I was not part of the group that went to the opening day. So opening day is when you basically, when information goes out, not to you personally, but information just generally goes out that Emirates or Etihad or Qatar or maybe any other airline. I don't know if the other airlines do this. I know the Gulf ones do this. But when the information goes out that they will be coming to your country and they will be accepting your CVs, that is what you call an opening day. So basically what you do and what happens in an opening day is you go in, submit your information, so your pictures, they require your CV, which is your resume. They require, is there anything else? I don't know. Like I said, I never really attended one, but all I remember is pictures and your resume. So that's what you give. So after that, they will go through the resumes and your pictures and then decide who they want to proceed to the next level. It could be that same day, or it could be at a later date, and then they will contact you personally. So then they will send you an email, an invitation to attend an assessment day, which is what I got. Okay, yeah. So after that, then, so what happened on my assessment? Listen, I'm trying to just put all of this together. What happened on my assessment day is there were people who had not been invited but were allowed to give out their CVs. So first of all, they called the names of the people who had actually been invited to their assessment day. And then after that, they said, we're open to anyone else who has brought their resume, and your pictures, bring them to us and we'll have a look. And so as we were called in, the first ones who had the invitation went in first and sat in this conference room. And then, no, not conference room. It was bigger than that. So I want to say hall. And then now everyone else followed after. I don't really necessarily know if the order counted or meant anything. I don't think so. Okay. So straight off the bat, what I can tell you is from the minute you get there, they are already assessing you. They're looking at how you look. So how you're dressed, how your hair looks, how your makeup looks, how everything, every single teeny tiny detail they'll probably notice. They were quite nice in my assessment day. They were very nice. They were nicer than I thought they would be. And I'm so glad that they were, because I had preconceived notions of how these days tend to go, but mine was actually really pleasant. It was great. So when you go in, like I said, pay attention to how you look. I know that people always say that perfection is not real. And I know that it's true, but not on this day. Okay? On this day, you have to be perfect. Your hair has to be perfect. Your makeup, basically, you want to look like they would want you to look when they employ you, because they are looking at, how does her makeup look? How does she do her makeup? How does she present herself? How does she sit? Does she laugh? Is she, or he, because they're men too. Does she look rough and ragged? Does she sit like a lady? Because I think those things mean a lot to them. I remember the Etihad one that I attended. They checked your nails as well, but the Emirates one, I don't remember them checking nails. I don't remember them being that, like picky. Then what else? They check, obviously they will look at your shoes. They're not going to be like, stand over there. Okay, the Etihad one, they told me stand over there. They were looking at everything. But the Emirates one, no, it was just like, okay, so bring your stuff. And as you walk to the front to give them like your resume, they look at you. So I think at that moment, they're kind of, just kind of scanning you to see what you look like and how you're dressed and everything and how you present yourself. So pay attention to that. Then after you give out your documents, so they will go through them again, like I said. And then what they did for us is they had like a list which they put outside the room. And that was basically a list of everyone who moved on to the next stage. So if you were successful through the resume stage, through them looking at your documents and your pictures, then your name would be on the list and then you would move on to the next. So that's what they did. So after like an hour and a half, a few people were, told, thank you guys for coming, but you were not successful. So they went home. And then you keep going. Oh, by the way, you want to come ready. Like, I know you will get a lunch break, but you just want to come ready like you're full and your makeup is ready to last the whole day, because you will be there the whole day. I remember leaving mine at around 7 p.m., I want to say, from 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. After the stage for the documents, I think the next step... Did they call us at any point to talk to us? I feel like I remember talking to one of the recruiters, but I don't remember what it was. It's such a vague memory. The next thing that you go into is group session. Now, for group session, you sit in a group and the recruiter is there with you. They give you a scenario where you're supposed to talk about stuff. And basically what they want to see is how you interact in a team with other people. Are you overbearing? Are you, condescending? Are you too timid? Are you unable to speak out your mind? Are you unable to lead? Are you unable to listen? Yeah, so basically the tips that I would give you for that stage is to listen, acknowledge what other people are saying, even though you might not necessarily agree with it. So, just take a moment and go, oh yeah, I actually understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying. However, my idea was, what if we do it this way? So still pause it as a question. Don't be like, my idea is this and I think this is what we should do. Just kind of put it out there like a suggestion. What if we try this other way because of this, that, and the other? So even as you give your suggestion, make it clear to the other person why you're giving that suggestion. Let it be in a way that they're able to, understand where you're coming from. Also, let it be in a way that it doesn't look like your word is final. Does that make sense? So this is just a suggestion. It's not like this is what we need to do. Yeah. The other thing that I think happens in the group, and in this session, I noticed that the recruiter was much more involved. She was like one of the people. So they give you a scenario where you have problematic customers, where something happened, there was a flight delay or there was a problem with their meal or something like that. And basically what they want to see you do is customer service at this point. They want to see how you, something we call customer recovery, so how you save the situation once it's gone bad. They want to see how you answer the questions that the customers ask you. And they also want to see how you stay calm. So how you are calm in situations where the customer is yelling, how you try and calm the customer down without promising things that the company has not necessarily told you to promise. So basically, when the customer says something like, will ABCD airline give us our tickets back, or will they give us a free stay at the hotel? Your answer should never be yes, of course, absolutely, just because you want to calm the situation down. It should always be, truthful. It should always be something that you're actually able to deliver. So not just something you promised because you want to put out the fire. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The other thing that they also want, I think, they also want to see how in charge or in control. Yes. They want to see how in control you will be of a situation that has gone bad. So never lose your cool, never lose control. Even if the customer is, like in your face, just be extremely, assertive. But don't be rude. Don't be nonchalant either. Don't be like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Just be present and be assertive and try to calm them and assure them as much as you possibly can. After this, I think they put a list outside again and let other people go. So the selection happens again, if I remember correctly, because I may be forgetting some things. And then the next thing that they do is you sit for an English exam. And this I do not remember at all, but I know that they give you an English exam. So I don't know what it was about. I honestly don't remember what the questions look like. And I know that that's not helpful, but I just don't remember. So then after that, again, they will put a list. I don't know do they put a list? Because by this time you're like maybe just 20 of you left. And then they will tell you who they want to see maybe the next day for a one-on-one, because there has to be a one-on-one interview as well. Or, who has been let go, or, stuff like that. I don't know if it's always the next day, or maybe it's like different timelines in terms of how many days you have to wait for other people. But I was seen the next morning. So then after that, after the final assessment, that's the final assessment, the one-on-one. After that, then they will let you know that, they will not let you know if you got the job. They'll just say, oh, we like you, or, you were good, but we will let you know the final decision as soon as we're able to. We'll communicate within 1 or 2 months. And if there's any delay, they will send you an email to explain the same. The thing that I noticed about Emirates is that when I was being recruited, there was like a whole surge of people joining Emirates at the same time. So it did take a little long to get a joining date, but they would give you your golden call. So they would call you and let you know that, you made it. You got in, but we still don't have room to take you in because because basically the training college was full. So then they will keep communicating with you as soon as they have like a slot, and then they will let you choose. That's one thing that I really liked about them, is that they let you choose when you want to join. So you can join on, I don't remember if they actually gave me options like you can join on this day, that day, or maybe was it just like it's open in June, which day do you want to join, or something like that. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But yeah, so that's basically what my story was. Make sure you take a look at the videos of what other people are saying, because I'm sure there's some things that I missed. And also make sure you look at the videos of how people want to do their makeup, because when you go for any interview, you want your employer or your future employer to visualize how you will look as an employee of their company. So if this is what they like, this is how they like their makeup done, you want to try and do it, the way they would like, so that they can like you and pick you. So try as much as possible to give, everything that you're able to give. That is not going to be, completely out of your way, or something that, is just something that is in your reach. Try to do as much as you can to be as excellent and as perfect as you can be. The other thing that people always talk about is how to dress. I remember when I was Googling, doing my research, a lot of the people were talking about wearing a black suit and a white shirt. I did not wear a white shirt. Did I even wear a black suit? Yes, I wore a black suit, but my shirt was definitely not white. I think it was like a soft baby blue, because I just don't like the look of the white and the black. So I decided not to do that. I don't think they were that picky with that particular thing, but they do need you to look as presentable as possible, because I did see a few people go through who were not in suits. So if you don't have a suit, it's still fine. You just have to be impeccable in everything else. So whatever you don't have, try and compensate for it somewhere else. The other thing that I just want to be very, very clear about is your makeup should look as natural as possible. So don't go with something looking like this. Like, your eyes you shouldn't look overly done. I mean, your skin can be overly done. That's great for you. It should be flawless. Your lipstick, red is a good color, burgundy, or even a nude, like, honestly. But like I said, you want them to visualize what you will look like. And, most of these airlines wear red. No, Etihad is purple. So I don't know there. I don't know what I would do. But I would say a standard, interview look would be a natural eye. You could even do a very, very laid back wing, like a nice and impeccable wing, and a red lipstick. Don't go doing like black smoky eye. Oh, maybe you could. I don't even know. Could you? I don't know. I just think sometimes it could be overbearing, depending on how you do it. But try and be as natural as possible, is all I'm going to say. Because I don't remember most of the things. Yeah. So I think that's all I had for today's video. Like I said, this was just a quick one to answer your questions. And I really do hope that I have. And I hope nothing else comes up, because this was the recurring question in my DM of, how was it for you? What did you do? Yeah, so I hope that I answered everything. Your pictures should be impeccable as well. Go to a place that will do nice edits for you, not too much, not like overly smooth, just because I feel like it will look more professional if your pictures look as close to the real you as possible. But make sure you do them well. Make sure your hair, whatever hairdo you have, is nice and fresh. If you by any chance, for whatever reason, don't get a chance to, get a new fresh hairdo, maybe because of finances, or maybe because you just did not have the time, you found out too late, in the morning before you leave your house, tie it with a headband Say you have cornrows or braids, hold it in whatever style you're going to do, maybe a bun or whatever you're going to hold it as. Try and lay it down with a headscarf, just nice and tight and not too tight, like just tight enough so it can lay down your hair, and that way it doesn't look as, like spiky, if that makes sense. It doesn't look untidy. And if you can afford to buy mousse, get mousse, just kind of lay down your edges so it looks nice and neat. If your hair is not, like freshly done and maybe it doesn't look as tidy, it'll go a long way to at least help kind of rejudge it, with a mousse, and help it look nice and neat. You will look like you made an effort, basically. And, that's what we want to do. We want to make an effort to the maximum. So at least whoever recruiter is looking at you, interviewer, will see that you made an effort. Because you will have bad days when you're flying. You will have days when your roster is so busy that you barely have time to do all of these things, or get your hair done or whatever. But try as much as possible to look as immaculate as you can. Yeah. Okay, so enough of this video. I will see you guys on my next one. I hope that this was beneficial in whatever way. Please leave me your comments in the description and follow me on Instagram, because I think I can answer your DMs there if you have. No, actually, no. I mean, yes to following me on Instagram, but no to DMing me your questions. Leave me your questions in the comment section and I will be sure to respond. Alrighty, I will see you on my next one. Goodbye, God bless you, and good luck.